Well, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it right now. Our doctor has just appeared to take care of our remedy. He's a dad. He's a great son to his mommy. He's a Yoda. What's a Yoda? A Yoda is a person that has made a commitment with health, commitment to help people. He's a sage. Oh, that's my word. And he's a winner in all areas. He's a senior vice president of ACN. He's an entrepreneur. He started this month off June the 2nd with what? He talked about the Gumbo for success. And he gave us 7 of God's ingredients. Woo! That was powerful. I don't know if y'all caught it, but that was powerful. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, can we give a warm welcome to Dr. Byron Nelson?
Oh, I am excited about this morning. It is Friday. How is everybody doing? Excellent. Let's jump into this gumbo and this soup. Anybody hungry? Anybody hungry? Y'all hungry? Let's get this party started. So I went into the gumbo of soup and really what I was thinking as I was driving in and waiting for this computer to boot up. The one I'm just going to take off in the middle. If you guys remember, we went through excitement. You guys remember the list from last week? We started with excitement, enthusiasm, passion. Picture, I'm going to tap into a little bit more. Self-development, I'm going to tap into a little bit more. I believe the greatest why people don't succeed at the level that they want, and when you're looking at the gumbo of soup, one of the most underlying pieces to success is, and it sounds crazy, when you think about it, it's because they won't grow themselves. It really is. It really has nothing to do with the opportunity in which you're presenting. It has nothing to do with the product, the service, the marketing plan, the brick and mortar, whatever business you have. It has nothing to do. The business is you. You are your greatest product. You either repel or attract based on who you are. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. When you think about the mental barriers and the psychological warfare that we have in our own head in relationships, imagine, I mean, it's just like, you know, Doc was just saying, when Dr. Sean was just saying, think about how many people will listen to somebody on a corner or somebody that does palm reading before they'll listen to, you know, a resourced individual or somebody who has done research or somebody who has actually done, you know. I was having a conversation with my team the other night, and I was like, when you ask somebody to get on a training call, or you ask them to get on a presentation call, have you noticed that the first question they ask is, how long is it going to be? Has anybody gotten that? Well, okay, yeah, especially when you first get somebody saying, all right, how long is the call going to be? What's the bottom line? What's the information? Because they have been programmed with microwave thinking. They've been programmed to get microwave results, and they have problems that need immediate solutions. So there's two sides to that. The one side is they want everything really fast. The other side is they need a solution. But you have to become the captain of the ship. You have to navigate their thinking process. That comes from self-development. Within self-development or the growth of yourself, you can then in turn create the most amazing thing for anything, for yourself and for other people. And what is that? What sells more than anything else on this planet? What is the underlying word to business? Business is a transaction. That means that business has to be closed. You have to be able to present something. They have to be able to buy something. You have an opportunity. They need an opportunity. You have a product, they need to buy the product. You become a serial entrepreneur by becoming a serial student and becoming self-developed. Because if you're self-developed, then you understand the most important word. I've been saying this repetitively. The most important word in life, not in business, is value. Is value. You're on this call because you have value. The people that didn't get on the call, they didn't have value. You guys agree with that? I want that to sink in for a minute. You're currently on this call because you have massive value for the information, for you know, Mr. Thomas, for myself, for everybody else that comes to you have value. So you'll get up in the morning, you'll change things around, you'll get on last minute, you'll hear about it last second, whatever. When you have value, you'll answer a phone call because you have value. You'll return a text because there's value. Somebody will text you and say, hey, you know what? There's this party going on. You'll go because you have value for whatever that is. You'll go to a business meeting because there's value. So why don't we do things? Because there isn't value. Once I fully understand that conversation, then I need to grow myself. The bullet point on here is self-development, right? Grow myself into the mastery. Notice the wording I'm saying here. I need to grow myself into the mastery of creating value. You never have to worry about why your life or your business is thriving or dying. It's based on how much value you bring to the conversation, how much value you bring to the opportunity, how much value you bring to yourself. There are people that'll call you right now and you'll just look at the phone. You just look at it, you're like, oh, Jesus, do I have to? I'll get back to them later. And then there's other people that will call and you will jump at that phone. You're like you won the lottery. You want to become that person that is the lottery ticket. You want to become the lottery ticket. When a person sees your name, your face, knows that you call, you text. Oh, Mary didn't call me. I got to answer this. Rick called me. Hold on. Everybody stop. The world got to stop. Maria just called. Everybody stop. I got to get this. This is really important. I'm going to get right back to you in a second. If my son or mom call right now, everything's going to stop. There's certain people in your life, your partner call, gotta stop right now. Because they know, most of them know you're on a call or that you're doing business or your day has started, because we live by way of text messaging these days. 99% of my world knows, don't call me, you aren't gonna get an answer. But if they call twice, it's like, okay, I need to take this call. There's something there, there's some value there. That person has something important to share with me. I hope it's not an emergency. Hopefully I have some good news. You're trying to close a deal. Your real estate broker call, I don't care what you're doing, you're gonna stop. Does that make sense? Are you guys with me on that so far? Therefore, I need to identify how I can become the most valuable person on the planet, the MVP in my world. How do I get the championship? I need to grow myself and become so valuable to the people that actually hear my name and know who I am, that things stop. And guess what will happen? It becomes a ripple effect. It's like throwing a little pebble in a lake and you can feel it on the other side of the world. It becomes so powerful that the people that you've touched, you don't have to change the world, change yourself. You change yourself, you change the world. Because it's going to reach your village. It's going to reach your tribe. And your tribe is going to create, you're going to have so much value for them that they're going to tell people, who are going to tell people, who are going to tell people, and it's going to be an organic edification. The greatest advertisement is creating success in somebody else. The greatest advertisement, I had one of my students, she's amazing. She was one of the top professors and head of the business program at USC. She called me, I want to say yesterday. And the first thing she said was, Byron, I can't even tell you, I'm just so excited. It's like one of my students that I teach how to trade just got into becoming, he just crossed over into multimillionaire status. And I was so happy for her. I said, I know nothing about trading. I don't trade. I invest in stock, but I said, but more than anything, I'm excited for you. Because that's the biggest trophy. I taught her this over a year ago. I said, she was like, I'm trying to figure out how to take my school viral, how to be able to bring in more people. Should I create a social media campaign? Should I create a market? I want you guys to get this. Follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. Listen, Linda, listen, Linda. She was going through all this. She was about to allocate money into a budget to be able to build her business. And I said, if you pour into one person, God forbid you choose 2. Oh my Jesus, if you find 3 people that want it so bad, want life so bad, and you pour into them, into the river of reciprocity. That river of reciprocity is that it has to go both ways. They want it so bad, you want it for them so bad. Find the person that's looking for you that is just famished to make a change in their life. And she did. And this guy rose. I said, that one person is making, let's just say hypothetically, $2 million. I would take that person that you help make $1 million or $2 million, and we can make it relative for everybody here. I would take that person that helped make $10,000. I'm just using a real-time example. Are you guys with me? Najee, if you guys with me on this far, okay? I want you to go into the money conversation in your head. But I'm using the person that is in real time. They made $2 million. You have another person over here who's about to launch their business, and they poured $5 million into a marketing campaign. That $2 million would get you $20 million of advertisement with massive results. That $5 million will be bled out, and you'll be lucky if you get anything to be able to match a break-even point. Did everybody get that conversation? If you help somebody else have $10,000 a month income, $5,000 a month income, $20,000 a month income, you just invested $200,000 to $300,000 in advertisement without doing anything. Net profit, by the way. You help somebody get to $10,000, $5,000, $20,000 a month, you turn around with anywhere between $50,000 to $200,000, $300,000 investing in your own business of advertisement. You didn't have to pay $1, and that is net income coming back to you, being leveraged into advertising. You don't ever have to worry about a marketing campaign. It's kind of like people on social media. You're too busy doing social media trying to create, not you guys. I'm saying people are too busy doing their TikToks and their Instagram. It's called Instagram. That means instant, microwavable, shallow, no content. The new TV to keep your brain dead. The time it took for them to create, do the filters, come up with the staging in their house, that, you know, or in front of a car that wasn't theirs in the first place. They could have closed out an extra $50,000 in business net. The time they've invested in all that, I got it, just to learn that, the time invested in that. We aren't going to talk about the money. So we're talking about growing yourself exponentially. You don't have to worry about the end result. If you don't have to worry about, I always say this, if you focus on the income, you don't have to worry about the outcome. If you focus what you put into your life, into your business, you don't have to worry about what's going to come out of it. If I focus on the seeds and the fertilizer and making sure that the environment is right, and then I'm actually planting the right vegetation in my farm, in my yard. If I'm watering everything and I'm making sure that I'm tending my own land, minding my own business, I don't have to worry about how God's going to grow my vegetation, grow my produce, what he's going to produce. You don't sit there over 3 seeds hoping that 1 seed grows. You plant thousands of seeds. And you walk in faith knowing that the sun, the rain, the weather, the moisture, the oxygen, everything else is going to do what it's supposed to do. You got to focus in on your business. And your business is yourself. If you grow yourself, you don't have to worry about anything else. The next bullet point I want you to have is understanding goals. I want you to understand goals. Now, in goals, think about this. Everybody talks about goals. You got to hit goals. You got to set goals. You know, I want to lose weight. I want to have X amount of customers. I want to have X amount of people be able to to get into my business, whatever. All that is minuscule in considering goals. I'm gonna tell you what goals is. Goals and how you hit them. Pay attention to this one. Habits are your goals. If you create amazing habits, you never have to worry about hitting your goals. If you create amazing habits, you never have to worry about hitting your goals. The greatest challenge is creating the habit that will give you the results of your goals. Does that make sense? Well, I want you to stick with me on this. Let's say you know how to lose weight. There's two things, well, there's a lot more to it, but let's just deal with 2 or 3 to be able to get in shape. Number one, you know you have to go to the gym. This isn't in order. Number 2, you know you're gonna have to eat right. Number 3, you know you're gonna have to get the right amount of sleep. Is everybody with me on that so far? Okay. So if I'm looking at this and I'm looking at my habits, and I deal with 4 pillars: the mind, the body, the soul, and the finances. The soul is my spirituality, is my commitment to Jesus, is everything that about my own spirituality. I need to have spiritual goals. I need to have physical goals. I need to have financial goals. I need to have mental goals. I need to have new muscles. I need to have I need to be ripped, not in one area, but in every area of my life. So in that conversation lives that for my spiritual goals, I should have whatever I'm going to read available, because I know that's going to deal with a couple of things. That's going to deal with my prayer, is going to be with what I'm reading, what scripture I put in. So I need to have that out. When it comes to my workout and my body, I'm going to need to make sure that I eat the right foods, because what good is it to put in 2-3 hours in the gym and then I come out and I'm eating Cheetos? Are you guys with me on that so far? Or having a fat burger or cheeseburger? So you have to create an ecosystem. Hence, I woke up every day. I'm on one right now. So it's like my water, I have everything from my fulvic acid. I have everything from my lemon in here. I have my amino acids in here. It's water. I got my lemons cut up in here. Everything is in here. So in my drink, I'm like, okay, good. I make sure that I have my lime. I like to do things organically. So I have to, it takes, to do things at the highest frequency, it takes more planning and preparation. So I don't like using deodorant. I don't like using the chemicals in my arm. So I know that I can take limes, but I got to cut up the limes and then I got to put it underneath. Limes will kill all odor organically and start to be able to repel everything and take care of you in a way that you've never seen before. It's like, but if you don't know this, if you never studied this, it won't make any sense to you. But it's going to take more time for me to go and cut a lime, make sure I put it underneath my arms, than it is for me to just get a stick and just put it on in the morning after I get out of the shower. Everything that I do is methodical. It's intentional. Please write that word down. It's intentional. So I make sure that in my refrigerator here in my office, which my gym is in here and everything is in here, in my refrigerator, I have all water. I can easily put some juice in there. I can easily put some sodas in there. I may have 1 soda in there, but I don't. You know why? Because if I see 1 soda and I see 20 waters, I'm gonna grab the soda. The habit has to be created. The ecosystem has to be created that you're gonna get thirsty. Your body's gonna get thirsty. So the only thing I can grab in that refrigerator is some water. Are you guys following me on that so far? I have the books right here. I keep them right here. Whenever I want to turn on Facebook, if you guys notice, I've been on any social media. I might get on there and post something once or do one live. I did every 4 or 5 months, but you won't see me on there. If you look at the spacing of time of my posting, you'll see me. I put something up there to stay relevant, but I don't get on there and I'm looking at, oh my God, and oh, this and the other. And I don't have time to do that. Plus, I know it's like, see, social media to me is, listen, Linda, listen. Social media to me is like sugar. It's an addictive drug that kills you. It's an addiction. So instead of that, I have my books right here. I got my daily gratitude journal sitting right here. I have The Power of the Subconscious Mind sitting right here. I got Universal Laws sitting right here. I have my food. I have my ecosystem. When I want to do that, I'm like, why don't, instead of me getting on here, I have tendencies just like everybody else, but instead of me jumping in here it's real easy See, failure is easier. That's why it's comfortable for people to fall into that pool. It's easier to get into the bunny pool, the one that's comfortable, to just click and go to Amazon and spend your money, creating habits on, oh, where'd my money go? Well, you just spent it all on Amazon. They made it so easy. All I got to do is say, sweatsuit. And then I turn on my social media because these computers have ears. And all of a sudden, all these sweatsuits come up. Oh, it's just a click. That's what I like. Oh my God. They know it must have been a coincidence. No, it wasn't a coincidence. So all these things is about creating an ecosystem for you to succeed. Habits. To work out, I lay out my outfit the night before I go out. I know what I'm wearing. Before, you see this yellow on here? I already got the yellow. I got the shoes on. I got the pants. All I gotta do is take off the sweatsuit. This is my business outfit for today. And guess what? I had to put thought into that. Listen to this. It's harder to get dressed for the gym than it is to go to the gym. It's harder to get dressed for the gym. If you have not been working out, attempt to put the time in the outfit you're going to wear, put it on, and go to the gym. Only go for 10 minutes. I bet you can't do it. I bet you can't go to the gym for 10 minutes. For the people that say, I don't have any time for the gym, don't go to the gym don't even go for an hour. Here's what I tell you, go to the gym for 5 minutes. I bet you can't do it. It's impossible to take 10 minutes to get dressed for the gym and only go for 5. Because the hardest thing mentally, I'm going somewhere with this, the hardest thing mentally is just getting in the gym. Once you stick yourself in the environment and you surround yourself with the right habits, when it comes to our business, the hardest thing is not going out there getting 10 customers, it's presenting to 10 people. If you present to 10 people, you'll start to create a ratio that has nothing to do with you. I'm going somewhere with this, stick with me. I'm gonna get past goals. You have the ecosystem. We're going into being scared. You need to be scared. If you aren't scared about what you're embarking upon in life, there's something wrong with you. You're in the wrong place. You should be scared. If your dreams don't scare you, they aren't dreams, they're wishes. I'm gonna say that again. If your dreams don't scare you, they aren't dreams, they're wishes. I don't have time for a wish factor. Dreams wake you up in the middle of the night, not nightmares. Dreams get you up and keep you up late. Dreams make you wake up early. Dreams make you believe. It's your modern day Santa Claus is your dream for your personal life, metaphorically. Can't wait to see the gifts. Can't wait to see what I don't even know what to expect today. I'm just so excited about today is Christmas. I don't know if I'm gonna close $1 million. I don't know if I'm gonna get. I'm in bed. I can't wait for the sun to come up. Is anybody feeling this? Are y'all understand what I'm saying on this? You have to create your daily Christmas. Perception only, metaphorical only. You must get into a state of surrounding yourself. Let me tell you something. When we say misery loves company and we have drama-filled friends and people that are always going through, I'm telling you, it is okay. First of all, give yourself grace. It's okay to go through crap. It's okay to have drama. It's okay to have challenges, but get away from the people that have attracted that and it's permanent in their life. Everybody that drives a car at some point is going to have a flat tire. But if you call a person and every time you call them, something is wrong with their car, you might want to find a different person to transport with. I'm just saying, you might want to find somebody else to carpool with. It's like, they call you, you wake up happy. Yes, let's go. You call them, I got a flat tire this morning. Oh, okay. I'll drive today. I'll come get you. They call you, it's your day. You're like, it's a great day. Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready. I believe it. Yesterday behind me, I ain't got nothing else to talk about. It's my day. I'm in charge. I'm the captain. God's in charge. We're going to go kill this day. We're getting everything that was given to us, everything that was blessed us, everything that was promised us. I'm willing to put in the work. God, you do what I can't do. I'll do what I need to do. Let's go. Let's go. You call them the next day to pick you up? Man, the engine won't turn over. The engine won't turn over. It's your day to drive. I've been using my gas, my engine, and my car. Can you take it in and see what's wrong with it? Well, you just don't know. I can't pay a bill today. The next time, I'm going through a breakup. The next time, my family is hurting. The next time, I just don't feel good. The next time, God, I need to turn my life around. And it's like, they call you, your car's ready to go. You're ready to go. You had a flat tire, you fixed it before they called you. You gotta figure out, there's a little conjecture. You gotta find out who carpooling with. You might need to get some new people to carpool with. Because this life is a joyride. We have enough challenges without self-imposing them upon ourselves. A lot of your problems have nothing to do with you. It has to do with the people you chose to roll with. Set right habits or goals. Where am I at? Okay, I got six to 10 minutes tops. Y'all with me? Yes? Everybody with me? Riding? You riding? So what we're talking about is you have to create new habits. The habits will dictate you hitting your goals. It's the action, taking the action. You have to have a preparation, a plan, and then action. And action is 60% of it. Too many people are taking action, but they didn't do the preparation. You're putting the cake in the oven, but you didn't turn it on to prep the oven. You didn't preheat the oven. You didn't turn on the oven. And all of a sudden you're trying to come up. You gotta have the preparation, and you have to have the plan. You gotta have a plan, a very distinct plan, and then you have to take action. Stop asking people to do something that you could do for yourself. Stop asking people to do something you can do for yourself. You got all the videos you need. You got all the back office you need. You got all the books you need. You got all the YouTube you need. Stop asking. I don't know I can't find nobody. And what do I say to this person? I mean, how do I talk to a rich person? How do I talk to the homeless people? Because I mean, I really want to help the homeless. So what do I say to them? What do I say to Black people? What do I say to white people? What do I say to rich people? What do I say to both? What do I say? What the hell? Are you open to changing your life? How are you doing in your life? You got to get scared of your own goals and your own dreams. They got to scare you. It's almost like getting on a roller coaster for the first time. Your stomach should be bubbling. Your mind should be in overload. You should be fried. You should persist where you resist. You should persist where you resist. You're going to have to what are you doing? When people question me about my time and where it is, and it's not, you got to do inventory of people that are contributing to your dreams and your goals and allow you the space and grace to go work on you. If you feel crowded and you don't have enough time because of people, I feel crowded and not enough time, but it's not because of people, it's because I'm working so hard on my dreams. There's a distinction. If people are consuming your highest currency, either physically or mentally, somebody got to go. Let my people go. You're going to have to let some people go. So when we get past scared, here's the mastery of this. God, I'm gonna have to save the rest for next week because I mean it's just so good. Each one of these pieces. So I'm gonna leave it right here with this one because this one is the key. This one right here, this is the golden key. This bullet point right here is the golden key. And it's tied. I'm gonna link it to the one I'm gonna go into next week. It's called sharing. I don't sell. I don't convince. I don't get people into anything. When you believe in something, the operative word, the operative word is believe. And that goes back, if you circle around to the beginning of this call, where were you supposed to start? Self-development. Who are you developing? Yourself. If you believe, that's where your first belief system has broken, why this chain is messed up. I believe in myself so much. I believe that I deserve everything to give to everybody. I believe and it goes into, when you get into sharing, God, I wish I had more time, but I got to respect the concept. I'm telling you that to self-impose psychologically a vision that becomes so real that you can taste it and then shows up in the physical world. I have a personal goal of creating 40 multimillionaires. And I've been saying this for a long time. Now, I've had a hand in a lot of people becoming wealthy, but I have a real specific reason for 40. That 40 is because, you know, Jesus walked in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. It took Noah 40 years to be able to build the ark. There's magic behind my 40. It's not something I just came up with randomly in my head. I know what the power of that number is. And I like, you know, in my lifetime, if I'm blessed enough, God, to be able to just truly bless 40 people at the highest frequency. And as long as I've been saying this for over 40 years, I now can taste it and see it manifesting, and it's creating. And instead of now, it's just me saying it and I'm going through herds of people. The right people are showing up to say, I'm that person. I've already put in the work on my self-development. I've already put in the work on my voice. I already understand what you're saying, Dr. Nelson, and not having to sell, but to share. I understand that when I share something, I'm not sharing a product, I'm sharing the dream and the vision of, look, you know what? This is the product in which I'm marketing, but let me tell you why I'm marketing it, because I got 100 kids I got to feed. This is the product in which I'm marketing, but I have, you know, a family to feed in Nigeria. I got this to do in South America. I got this to do for my children. I got this to do for an autistic child that I take care of. I got this to do for my mom who is ailing. I got this to do because my son, I got this to do because I'm changing my family tree. They are so consumed and committed to their why that the person never really even heard about the product. They're like, whatever I need to do to support you. The mastery of sharing from a place and a space that makes you bleed, that makes you cry. What I do is it's a vendetta. People have been hearing me say this. It is a vendetta to me. I shared this the other day. There's only 3 people who win at the highest frequency. I want you to write these 3 people down. I've been saying it over and over again. I took it from a movie somewhere, and I just been saying it over and over again because it was so surreal to me. It was so real life to me. There's only 3, and it was I heard it a long time ago, but it just made, you know, art mimics life and life mimics art. It is what it is. Here are the 3 things. The only 3 people that will win is somebody who has something to live for. I mean, they have to live. They got to do something for their son. They can't leave their child, themselves. They're fighting for their life in a hospital. They have to live. Someone who has something to live for. The second person, someone who has something or someone to die for. They would die for that person. They would die for that person. You got a newborn baby, you do anything for that baby. You got your mother in the hospital, you do anything for your mom. You give your life for the pain of your mom or your husband, your wife, whatever. What would you die for? Does that make sense? You guys follow me on that so far? It's critical. This is your icing on the cake. And once you get this, I'm telling you, this is a God, I call it a God download. It's the way God works for me. And the third one is what you would kill for. My sister would not tell me since ninth grade who she was dating until she got married. I'll say it again. My sister would not tell me who she was dating and from 9th grade until she got married. Why? Because I'm the most dangerous person. I'm the biggest doormat in regards to me. I know a lot of you guys, I've built boundaries and gotten a lot better in my older age. It doesn't happen as much these days. But when I was younger, how many of you guys understand you're such a docile, such a empathetic, such a feeling, such a love bug, that people can do you wrong and you just turn the other cheek. It's like, you know what? And you almost feel used. Are you guys feeling me on that so far? It's like, why? I'm giving my heart, my soul. So when it comes to me, I'm that person, or I was that person to a high degree, that people would run over me. They would take advantage of me because I would give everything. And I still do. It's just different now because I've grown up the wisdom. You grow a certain alligator skin. But that person that becomes homicidal, that person that becomes a serial killer genius, meaning I would never go to jail for killing somebody, mess with my sister, go and rape somebody I know, hurt my mom. I can say it because I'll never go to jail. I'm too smart for that. But I can promise you, I'm going to have to ask God for all the grace and I'm gonna have to pray so hard, because I know that he's forgiven some people in the Bible that were murderers. I know he has. So I don't ever want to be that person, but I promise you, if you hurt somebody I love, I feel it tenfold. Now, why do I say all that? Because there's 3 people that win at the highest frequency. The person has something to live for, someone to live for. The person has someone to die for. The someone has something to kill for. And they have nothing to lose. And when you master that, then you'll start to share. You'll master the art of sharing, because the pain of what you're going through, or the life of what you're going through, or the why of what you're going through, overrides the computer, the programming, the mental programming of whatever conversation you have about what it is. And it lives in the demographic of why you're doing it. Now, what we're getting into next week is called storytelling. I'm gonna tell you a little story real quick, and I promise you it's less than a minute. The guy was sitting there and he was walking through, and he worked at this construction site, amazing construction site. How's everybody? It was always, a whole lot of blue collar workers working there. And, they had security. So you had to clock in and clock out, and they had a gate and they had a security. And so this one guy who was always working overtime, one of the most prized workers on the field, he would walk in and he would actually walk out at night, every night, with a wheelbarrow and a whole bunch of sand in it. And nobody understood this. Some of my team has heard this story. And then in turn, he would do this every day. He'd go in, he'd come out at the end of the day, and the security guard, he finally came out like on Wednesday. This started on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. By Wednesday, Thursday, he said, I need to see what's in the wheelbarrow underneath the sand. I know that you're taking something. I just can't figure it out. You're trying to steal something. Let me go under the sand. He emptied out the sand. All the sand was gone. He said, all right, go ahead with your day. I'm sorry for bothering you and stopping you. There's nothing in the sand. There's nothing there. The 5th day, he said, look, I don't want to lose my job. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to make a pact with you. Let's do this. If you tell me what's in the wheelbarrow, or you just tell me what you're stealing, I'm gonna let you have it. He said, huh? He said, I just need you to be honest with me because I know you're stealing something. I know you're stealing something. I just can't figure out what it is. And I don't want anybody else to get away with what you're getting away with. He said, so be honest with me and I'm gonna let you continue doing whatever you're doing, but I can block anybody else from doing it. He said, honest, you let me get away with it? He said, yeah. He said, I'm stealing wheelbarrows. We're so focused on the minute stuff, the small stuff, that we miss the big picture of everything. You're so consumed with the details. You're so consumed. It's like if you're just taking the little pebble out of your shoe, you wouldn't have had an infected foot. You just kept going. If you're just listening to that little noise in the car, you wouldn't have to take care of the rotaries. You would just have to get brakes. You gotta see the big picture. Stop focusing on these little things. Stop majoring in the small things in life. Everybody wants all the information. Everybody wants to understand everything right now. I need all the information. I need to understand. I need to understand. No, you don't. You're going to understand when you need to understand. Put in the work, pace yourself. Last lesson, I'll turn it over to Dr. Thomas. Here's your last lesson of the day. I say it all the time. I want my students to get this. 90% of the population fails because they want the how-to first. 90% of the population fails because they want the how-to first. The 10% that succeed, they make a decision. This is where I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to be an SVP. I'm going to make $1 million. I'm going to do this. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to grow myself. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to give God my, whatever your decision is. I don't know what your decision is. They make a decision and the how-to comes afterwards. Stop trying to figure it out before you make a decision. People are like, can I get some more information? Can you send me a website? Can you? No, I'm not sending you jack. Do you want to change your income bracket? Do you want to change your life for Christ's sake? That's a yes or no freaking question. If you can't answer that, we have nothing else to talk about. I'm not sending you a menu. I'm not sending you a website. I'm not sending you information. I'm not sitting down with you. Do you want the person that you're going to find that you want to partner with? They hate where they are and they want to change it yesterday and will do anything to do it. You get 3 of those, you never have to worry about jack for the rest of your life. You get three of those people without me cursing, you don't have to worry about nothing for the rest of your life. 3 people that will go through walls, tear up anything. They gotta change their life. They aren't having intellectual conversations. They aren't going through emotional mix-ups. They're like, I need to change my now. Mic drop, I'm done. Back to you, Dr. Thomas. I'm done. I'm done. That's coffee and breakfast and rolls and cinnamon rolls all rolled up into one. That's your breakfast in the morning.